Update 1. My sister banned me from attending her wedding, so I canceled the $100,000 wedding venue I paid for and blocked her. Imagine paying for a wedding and being banned from attending it. Thanks for all the moral support. I didn't expect that people would log me for my actions. I thought I would be called an a-hole for being so vindictive towards my own sister. Some of you asked about the background of Ava's hatred towards us. Sorry I missed that point. I didn't know how this format works, but here are the details. My wife, Mercy, 45, is my second wife. Ava is my sister from my first marriage. Her mother, my first wife, and I were separated when Ava was 7. She found someone else and left me for him. They were shifting to Europe and didn't want Ava, so I got custody of her. I got remarried to Mercy when Ava was 13, and since then, Mercy and I have been facing the wrath of Ava. She hates Mercy to her guts. It was pretty understandable when she was a teenager. It was hard to see someone else replacing her mom. Mercy, as a teacher and a trained children's counselor, assured me that Ava would be fine once she hit adulthood. She would see me as an individual who needs a partner and not only her brother. I married 5 years after the divorce. I thought when she grew up, she would understand that I parented her alone for 5 years after her mother left her. She and her new husband didn't even want Ava, but Ava was far from being grateful. She was hateful towards me and Mercy. The situation got worse every day, so I sent Ava to live with my sister. She had a daughter of Ava's age, so I thought she would have company there. Things were smooth for a few months, but within a year, my sister gave up on Ava. She said Ava had been fighting with her daughter like cats and dogs. It was their final year at school, and my sister didn't want her daughter's grades to fall because of these silly fights, so I had to bring Ava back. She somehow stayed with us until the end of her school years. During her vacations, she went to stay with my parents. She refused to come back home and said she would attend her high school from there. My parents' house was a little far from her school to cycle, so I had to get a carpooling service for her. That was okay for me as long as she was happy and at peace. When her high school results came out, she had tanked miserably. Then I got to know that she got into the wrong company of students. She took pills and even had a bully boyfriend. That's why she wanted to live with my parents. She used to sneak out in the evening after my parents went to bed. She loitered around the city until after midnight. She had to repeat her final year of high school. Getting her through college was another nightmare for me. Thank God I had some contacts that helped her get a seat at a decent college. With her poor grades and miserable attitude, she wouldn't have secured a place in any college. In college, she again got into the company of rookies and got immersed in drugs. Things went so far that she had to be sent to rehab. She graduated from college at 25. The next year, she relapsed, and I had to admit her again for a few months. It wouldn't be rude if I called her a pain in the butt because indeed she is. She has always troubled me, embarrassed me, and made my life miserable. Thank goodness I found such an understanding wife in Mercy. Had she been any other woman, she would have manipulated me to abandon Ava, but she was the one who always pacified me to be patient with Ava. I cannot thank her enough for all the support she has lent and all the sacrifices she has made for me and Ava. So Ava's problem was two things. I remarried, and second, I married Mercy. You see, Mercy is not a Native American. Her family originally belonged to the Middle East. They were immigrants living in the USA. She grew up at an NGO because her parents couldn't raise their 5 daughters. They somehow were able to flee the war-stricken zone, but they had nothing when they arrived in the USA. But that's the thing that attracted me to Mercy. Despite her traumatic childhood with limited resources, she beat all the odds, got a master's degree, got a high-paying teaching job, and built a life for herself. Mercy is a self-made person, but Ava calls her a gold digger. Well, I run a flourishing export business. We have been doing this for 2 generations. So, yeah, we have somewhat generational wealth. Ava thinks that Mercy married me for my money because it was her first marriage and mine was the second. Ava's point is, why did she marry a single dad who was 12 years older if not for money? I'm 57, and Mercy is 45. I don't know who has fed Ava's brain with all these notions, but that's her argument for calling Mercy the gold digger. You guys also commented if Ava's mother was involved in all this. So the thing is, she has never contacted me or Ava ever since our divorce. The last thing I heard was that she was in Germany. That's it. Coming to the current situation, after the wedding was cancelled, Ava tried to reach out to me to unleash her anger, but I had blocked her from entering the house or contacting me through any platform. My parents did not like that Ava's wedding was cancelled because of me. They reached out to Ava and offered to pay for her wedding if she wished to do it in the same way. They were disheartened when she chased them out of her house, accusing them of being in cahoots with me. She said mean things to them and told them never to visit her again. She held them responsible for that high school drug thing. She thinks my parents had informed me that she was caught taking pills in school. It was not them. They tried their best to protect her. I got to know this from her teacher who went to the gym with me. After that incident, my parents changed their sides. They said what I had done was right. I cannot let her feel entitled to use and hurt us however she wants. I'm still no contact with her. I don't know what she is up to. My parents visited her 2 days back, which was 10 days after her supposed wedding. They haven't married yet, so I'm guessing they are planning another date and not going for an intimate wedding, which could have happened by now. Oh, yes. I blocked her credit card, the one which I'm paying for. She was not using it much after her job, but she still had access to it. I'm sure this is going to further anger her, but I don't care now. I don't have any guilt now after knowing that she had misbehaved with my parents. The poor souls are in their late 70s, and they have always loved and protected her. Ava deserved to be abandoned.